In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house that you can get yourself to. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls himself the holder of the end. Should a look of childlike fear come over the worker's face, you will then be taken to a cell in the building. It will be in a deep, hidden section, and all you will hear is the sound of someone talking to themselves echoing throughout the halls. It is in a language that you will not understand, but your very soul will feel unspeakable fear. Should the talking stop at any time, stop and quickly say aloud, "I'm just passing through, I wish to talk." If you still hear silence, flee, leave. Do not stop for anything, do not go home, don't stay at an inn, just keep moving and sleep where your body drops. You'll know in the morning if you've escaped. If the voice in the hall comes back after you've uttered those words, continue on. Upon reaching the cell, all you will see is a windowless room with a person in the corner, speaking an unknown language and cradling something. The person will only respond to one question. What happens when they all come together? The person will then stare into your eyes and answer your question in horrifying detail. Many go mad in that very cell, some disappear soon after the meeting, and a few end their lives. But most do the worst thing, and look upon the object in the person's hands. You will want to as well, but be warned that if you do, your death will be one of cruelty and unrelenting horror. Your death will be in that room by that person's hands. That object is number 1 of 538. They must never come together. Never. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house that you can get yourself to. When you reach the front desk, ask the clerk for permission to visit someone who calls herself the holder of the beginning. A small smile will work its way over their mouth, almost as if to say, "You fool." You will then be taken down a long hallway, long enough that you would expect it to lead outside of the building. Yet in clear violation of the laws of space and physics, it instead leads deep into the heart of the institution. The hall will be forever silent, even if you try to make noise. Screams will die before leaving your mouth, and footsteps will be muffled. Your guide will simply point to a door. Beyond it lies a cosy room filled with a pleasant yet unidentifiable perfume. At the room's centre, a beautiful woman holds her empty arms as if cradling something. This room will remain just as silent as the hallway that led to it, until you ask a singular question. Why were they separated? The woman will then explain in excruciating detail every horrific event in history. Every beating, every war, every rape, every killing. No travesty in the history of the universe will escape your ears. When she finishes, all will fall silent, and you will be free to leave. It is up to you what you will do with this information. That woman is object 2 of 538. It is up to you whether they should be joined or not. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself to. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls himself the holder of eternity. A sigh might escape the worker as they look upon you with the utmost pity. They will take you down a flight of stairs that you might expect to lead to the basement. They don't. As you press deeper and deeper into the underbelly of this institution, you'll begin to hear a chorus of screams. At first, it will be barely audible, as if originating from a point a great distance away. But as you approach the end of the hallway, the screams will grow clearer and more thunderous, until they drone so loudly as if to consume all other noises. The din will quickly become so painful that you will feel the unrelenting urge to claw your own ears to escape it. It is highly advisable that you resist this impulse. The worker will then unlock a door and open it for you, and then run off into the darkness, leaving you alone in this dark, cramped hallway. This will be your last chance to run. If you decide to continue, open the door. The piercing wail will then end abruptly, leaving your ears ringing. The room you will enter will be coated in an almost tangible darkness that consumes all but the far wall. Manacled to that wall is an emaciated figure covered in raw ashes. He will stare directly at you with a maniacal grin plastered to his face, seemingly undisturbed by his festering wounds and his scalpel rammed into his chest. The only way to save yourself from this man's dark designs is to ask, who created them? He will then cackle in a manner befitting the death throes of an animal before responding. His will be the most horrific tale that you have heard, beyond such primitive concepts as pain and death. It will delve deep into the very essence of evil. Those of weak mind would go mad hearing it. When he finishes, it will be up to you to release this man from his terrible burden. Remove the scalpel, and he will shudder once in agony before falling, silent, forever. That scalpel is object 3 of 538. 'Tis up to you if the rest should be protected or destroyed.